looks really fantastic. Quacking again. I just ate into the creek. Easily entertaining.
How cool is that?
Welcome back for another adventure in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's a beautiful fall day. It's about 45 degrees outside, and we're headed up this creek behind me to find a couple cool spots, hopefully, to sit down, relax, and do some meditating out here in the woods. Hopefully you're enjoying the journey. If this video brings value to your life, please subscribe for weekly adventures, like the video, and comment below. I'd love to hear from people. Get out there and explore. I'm still just amazed by this forest on top of this rock. These trees are just growing straight out of the moss and dirt and everything on this rock. I was really hoping that we were gonna get out here in time to see what color these leaves were, but I didn't make it back in time.
I'm not sure exactly where this little dude's going, but it is gonna take a long time to get there. How cool is that?
Dumb. Well, I just ate into the creek, pretty much face first. Slammed the camera down. Hopefully it's still recording. I don't really know. What a cool waterfall right here though. So love being out here in the fall. Leaves are beautiful. Nice blanket on the ground. They do offer their own kind of treachery though, in a sense. Number one, they're very slippery on top of rocks, especially if they're wet. And then number two, they do tend to pile in between these areas, and where a bunch of branches have potentially fallen, they can fall on top and they can create something that looks like it's completely solid, but you can always look and see just to make sure. Yeah, don't ever just step into a giant pile of leaves out here just because it looks like it's solid. That is just so cool to me. And look at this root system. I just love it. I am easily entertained. We're approaching our waterfall find from a few weeks ago. The water has changed out here drastically, as you've probably seen from the video already. There's just not nearly as much flow out here. That's just how it is. Things change. It's equally as beautiful. It's just different. What I am hoping though is that I'll have access to some of these areas that I wasn't really able to get to before. Let's go check this thing out. All right, I'm gonna see if I can make it over along the edge of this thing and then see what it looks like right there to potentially get out and over there. This area right here is just a cliff face. There's really not much to hold on to, it doesn't look like, and if you slid into there, it doesn't look like there's anything treacherous in the water necessarily, but it also is probably 5 or 6 feet deep right there, and I don't have any interest in that right now. So I'm about knee deep in the water already, and unfortunately it looks like that it is very deep out there. I was gonna try to go this way and kind of maybe come around, but that doesn't really look possible. So I'm gonna have to go up and around these giant boulders like we did before. Back into the bushwhacking again. This is not really what I like to do, but This is the only way to get up here to this area. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna hope there's no spider families out here. So that's where we were a second ago. I came around this first big set of rocks. I was trying to see if maybe this water right here was shallow. It is not shallow. It's also kind of hard to tell where the bottom is because of all the white water. You can't really crawl along these rocks. They look mossy, a little bit wet. What a cool spot. What I am gonna try to go do is go around this colossal boulders right here and see if we can get down on that other side here in just a minute. Go down there to that little depression right there, and I'd really love for that to be the spot where we did our meditation for today if I can access it. Look at these incredible holes in the rock. The water comes down and it circulates and it spins, and over time it wears a hole in this rock. That is pretty amazing because it must take forever to do that. Last time we were out here, we had to come down that area over there. We actually had to go down here, up there, over that, into this little wooded area, climb up and around all those rocks right there because the water was so high. Well, this time the water is significantly lower, as everyone has probably seen. Now we have access to this area right here. So I'm gonna head up this way. Excuse me. I'm gonna go up this direction and I'm gonna get over this little rock right here. It looks really fantastic. We're gonna do a 7-minute meditation today since it was such an effort to get out here. It took about 2 hours for me to get out here to this spot. So what we'll do is I'll set my phone timer, kind of get settled, and then we'll do 7 minutes of meditation. If you don't want to meditate, that's certainly okay. Hopefully you can at least enjoy the sounds of the outdoors and the creek. Thanks for being here. Thank you for joining me for another mindful adventure out here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that meditation session like I did. We're gonna do this every single week. We're gonna get out into the wilderness. We're gonna look for cool spots, hopefully find some waterfalls to sit down, relax, and be present out here in nature. Everybody knows how YouTube works. Subscribe for weekly adventures, smash the like button, and I'd love to hear people's comments below. Get out there and explore. Enjoy the day.